Greetings everybody, and welcome to Oberon's Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges on TFT Tarot for Today Divine Dabbling's YouTube channel. I'm Oberon. My normal partner on TFT is Banshee, my beautiful wife. And of course, if you watch our show, you know we're celebrating our own anniversary coming soon next month. But today I am here to give you the emotional exchanges, which is my brief one card for each sign of the zodiac, and it's intended to kind of focus on relationships, whether they're very much love, romance relationships, or strong interpersonal relationships, the other people that are important in our lives that we love and care for, such as our parents, grandparents, neighbors, other friends, co-workers even. Who knows? It's really up to you how you see this applying to your life. So we're going to get started, and normally what we do is a collective card for the entire audience, and it's just a kind of thing out there for everyone. It doesn't pertain to any one particular zodiac sign. And by the way, this reading is for Friday, October 29th through next Thursday. I believe that's November 5th or 6th. I might put that in the heading below later. But for the collective reading, I am using my Vampire Tarot. Tarot of the Vampires, whatever it's called. It is the Vampire Tarot. I know there's also a Tarot of the Vampires and some other ones. So I just thought, because it's Halloween, this is my Halloween show, my last show in October, just before Halloween, I would use the Vampire Tarot for the collective reading. Because the one thing that is collectively true amongst all of us is blood. Okay, through being silly, so I'm going to just go ahead and cut these real quick and give us our reading for the collective. And just to brighten things up a little bit, I do have my little stage set up with Kuan Yin, the Mother of Mercy, the Mother of Serene Compassion. So may she guide us as I choose the card Nine of Pentacles. And of course, in the Vampire Tarot, it may take on some slightly altering meaning, but I don't see that way here. That I think with the Nine of Pentacles, what we are talking about for the collective is maybe the sense of easing into some solitude and sort of leaving some aspects of the world behind. Meditate or think upon the bounty you have in your life, whether or not you share it or can share it with others. At this time, just think of it in terms of yourself, in terms of really giving yourself solace and peace, time to meditate, time to look at new goals. So I'm going to leave that up here just a little bit behind Our Lady Kuan Yin. And we're going to get started now with the reading. And so, as I mentioned, this is a reading for the entire zodiac, but it's one card focusing on love and relationships, romance and relationships. So for that, So now we're going to go on to the rest of our reading. And of course, I am once again using Monty Farber, Amy Zimmer's Enchanted Tarot, which is a delightful tarot to use for this kind of reading, the love and relationships. And I'm going to swirl them around a little bit, make sure they're really shuffled finely. I was doing that a little bit a moment ago, just to get it ready. These are quite a handful, and I never want it to appear or seem that I'm just not giving it a good tumble. You know, sometimes cards are meant to come out the way they are, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't try to make sure that you're getting every possibility that fate can offer. So just a little bit more here. And what I'm going to do is I'm doing the zodiac one by one, but I'm going to make 4 cuts. I hope I can keep track of this. And so even though I will go around the zodiac in its proper order, one of the cuts will be the air signs, one will be the fire signs, one will be the water, and one will be the earth. So let's see if I can keep track of this, because I've just said that I'm going to do it. All right. But I try to add something a little bit different in terms of that, just to mix it up a little bit and to expand on the idea of the subconscious pulling in these ideas. So I'm almost there. Thank you for waiting. Okay. So this is the air sign, the fire sign, the water sign, and the earth sign. So our first card is from Aries, which is a fire sign, so air, fire. And we have the Prince of Wands, the Page of Wands. No, this is the Knight of Wands, I'm sorry. And the Knight of Wands is saying, be bold in love, be bold in your strong emotions about relationships. This is going forth to be magnetic and compelling, to be charismatic, to maybe win some hearts, or maybe to just influence minds. It may be more of the latter. It isn't necessarily clearly about romance, but I think this is saying, be a good person, be a friendly person, and really be yourself, because that's how you shine the brightest. Okay, so then from Aries, we go to Taurus, an earth sign. And we have the Eight of Wands. And I think Taurians maybe need to move quickly, perhaps to capitalize on where they're going with their relationships or romances. This may be the kind of situation where perhaps you're planning to do some whirlwind courting or whirlwind traveling or vacationing journeys with your loved one or in search of your loved one. I feel this is a really vitality kind of card. So I'm wishing you luck there for that, and let me know how the trip works out. Okay, so now we're on Gemini, an air sign. And Gemini has the Ten of Pentacles. And Gemini feels maybe emotionally really firm and tied into the concept of their family. This is not so much about really strong love, romance relationships, but saying that the feelings of love and support for, within, throughout the family, however you know that, as a foundation for a circle of friends of any sort that you could consider family. This is you saying, I feel secure when I'm with family. I feel loved and protected. And then we are on to the first water sign, Cancer. And for Cancer, we have the Six of Wands. And Cancer, you really are riding the horse to victory, especially in romantic or emotionally filled things here. You're winning your way. Perhaps your love is inspiring people to truly admire you, or to give you a wide berth and let you go forth and do as you wish. This is really a strong card of victory, and since it's tied into the idea of possible lover relationships, you're just really ruling the roost from that emotional heart. So now we're back to the fire signs, and that's Leo. And with Leo, we have the Nine of Swords. And with the Nine of Swords, I think that Leo, romantically, emotionally, there's some strong feelings going on, maybe about people who are in pain or are suffering. Maybe it's illnesses, or maybe it's separation, or maybe it's people are having other hard times. And Leo, you're trying to be supportive of them, which is really admirable. But you also need to protect yourself, that some of this pain or heartache, you need to find a healthy way to resolve for yourself too. You've probably feel really helpless to help somebody right now. And I just trust that you can focus on keeping yourself healthy too. Okay, so then we're going to go from Leo to Virgo, the earth sign. Am I doing that right? I think I am. And Virgo has the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands says, Virgo, you are really victorious. You are really holding your own. Maybe you're not victorious yet, but you're willing to really hold your own in the matters of love or emotionality. You really feel strongly that what you're fighting for, what you're standing up for, is important for you to do that, and that you feel really strong emotionally about doing this. So if it's in practical terms, somebody who's choosing between you and somebody else, show them, where you stand with them. But if it's in all other kinds of emotional situations where maybe you have to really stand up for yourself emotionally, but also show that that field of comfort and care extends to them as well. Okay, so that was Virgo. So now we're going to move on to Libra, the air sign, and that means the first pile. And Libra has the Seven of Swords. And so I think emotionally, Libra maybe is playing a little bit of a game here in terms of romance, relationships, things like that. You may be finding that not being totally upfront about what you want or how you're trying to get what you want seems to be working for you. But I would say that this is probably just secondary to your own nature, Libra, that to some degree you're not necessarily always being totally upfront about some things. You sort of have a balance going on inside, Libra, and maybe you sort of feel like sometimes it's best not to show one way or the other what you're really doing, let alone feeling. So this is kind of magnified this week. I think that maybe you are making some moves and you're hoping, to kind of keep it on the down low, as they say. Okay, so from Libra, we move to Scorpio, and since that's air, fire, water, there we go. See, I'm getting the hang of it. And so there we have the Princess of Pentacles, and that would be the Page of Pentacles. And so with the Page of Pentacles, I think Scorpios are looking right now at maybe going inward a lot. It's not exclusionary to relationships or friends, but you're finding that a deep love that you feel is about knowledge and about finding out things that advance you. And some of that's mystical or wisdom based in a certain way. And some of it is just about you seeking potentials materially. I won't say financially necessarily, but materially meaning like just sort of creating things that maybe are advancing you vocationally, monetarily, otherwise. And you love it. This is really about expanding your horizons to Scorpio. Okay, so then we are on to Sagittarius, which is another fire sign. So back to the first pile, and there we are with the Three of Pentacles. And Three of Pentacles, Sagittarians, you're really feeling emotionally really high right now because somebody values you highly, and because it's normally about what you do. I'm going to say it's what you do emotionally and or romantically. So Sagittarians, if you are not in love or in a relationship, somebody really is probably moving a lot closer to letting you know they're open to one with you. But if you are in a relationship right now, any sort, long lasting or otherwise, Sagittarians, I think you're going to be receiving a lot of love and admiration because people really have realized how much you put them at the center and how much you make art out of that work with them, because that's another thing about this card. Okay, so now we will move on to Capricorn. No, is that right? Capricorn. Aquarius. Sorry. No, it is Capricorn. We were at Sagittarius at Capricorn. Oh, Okay, so Capricorn's down here. My goodness, Obi, you're getting really messed up here. But Capricorns have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands for Capricorn means right now, what you really love is the sense of being in the thick of things. There's a number of people that you're willing to really hold close to you at this time. So some of that could be the primary relationships, but it could be other friendships or things. You know, we're starting to move quickly towards the season of the holidays here in the United States of America, but elsewhere in the world too. People like this season because they can finally really express love and emotional care in more tangible ways. I get that from the Five of Wands because I think it really is a card of a physicality, of interaction, especially with peers or people that you really have much in common with. So go forth, Capricornians, and share the love. Do it responsibly, but also you're encouraging others to also elevate, and that's a good thing. So now we're on to the last air sign, which is Aquarius. And Aquarius has judgment. Judgment, major arcana 20. So for Aquarians, judgment is talking maybe about a reevaluation of where you are in your heart, whether it's about maybe particular relationship or a set of relationships. Maybe it's just talking about your whole orientation towards love and relationships. Maybe this comes about because you've looked at your life and you've realized that maybe you're not really working out with relationships, and maybe you have to really take a deep dive into why that is. What is it in your heart that is not working correctly, or is avoiding, or is being avoided? Because it could be two ways. Now, if that doesn't necessarily apply to you in terms of, seeking love, maybe it's in terms of how you relate to love. And so it could be that you are in relationships, but maybe you still feel there's something there that you need to really reevaluate, and maybe you're missing some points about all of the parameters of love. Now, from a real practical idea, maybe this is a person finding out that maybe they're attracted to more than one gender, or even the one gender that they thought they were. Or it could be that maybe they're feeling gender things about themselves just in terms of their identity. So it could be a lot of different things that relate to the emotional spectrum, where a new look at yourself or at circumstance may be happening. And then finally, we move on to the final water sign, and that's Pisces. I see my little kitty has come to visit. Hello there, little kitty. And Pisces, you close our books for this week with the Hierophant. And Pisces, it's kind of interesting because there's a lot of duality aspects to the Hierophant. And so I sort of see that here maybe with your own sign too. And so I'm thinking that, Pisces, you're probably retreating to a place that you know best, and that is sort of siding with order in a way, sort of siding with maybe appearances in terms of conformity. And I'm trying to apply this to your emotional life, and I'm just wondering if it could mean that maybe you're really changing your ideas about how you feel about institutions such as marriage, or any institution maybe that normally concerns itself with friendships or social circumstances, or other aspects of love and relationships and romances. And so there's a lot of ground to cover there, and I'm not really sure I would decently be able to affect that. But I do think that for Pisces, closing the book with the Hierophant seems to suggest there's a sweeping change coming, perhaps, or a sweeping reaffirmation of what has changed or what is proper for you to continue with. So that's pretty much what I have for us guys in the Zodiac. Kuan Yin bids you farewell, as does our collective card. And I think that's about it then. But as you notice, there's something, really important and loving in my life. Yeah, I'm kind of looking over there. Should I maybe toss a card for myself? I don't know. So, well, look who we have here. It's Banshee.
Hey!
Here to say hi to me on the set of my emotional exchanges. Mwah. This is my emotional exchange. My life partner. And you know what? Paybacks are fun. So there's nothing less evitable than change. See you on Sunday.
Bye-bye.
Bye.